What is going on, my beautiful people, man? Hope you guys are having an amazing day. There's my cat, man. I know you guys are wondering about her. In this video, what we are going to be talking about is being able to get into as a communicator, into a great vibe and energy for our videos or for your communication when you're talking to anybody. This is literally a secret that is going to take you and make you so much better at communication that I just recently figured out, and I am so glad for it. And I'm going to tell you guys how you can actually improve your vibe and your energy, because what I've been hearing is that vibe and energy is 80% of the ball game when it comes to communication. Of course, if you have frameworks, you have stuff like that, that's good. That's everything. That's good. But being able to have your vibe set into the right place and getting and managing your state when you're going into talking with anybody or making a video like this or public speaking, anything like that, is 80% of the ball game, because it's going to allow you to just overflow with that stuff without even having to think about it. It's just the goodness is coming from it. So for me, the way that I actually cracked this code and made me really realize that I needed to get my vibe even better is doing visualizations. Because when you're in the moment here and I'm like recording this video, I'm in the moment. I can't always remember how my vibe is, anything like that. Even when I'm watching the videos back, I can see the vibe, and that's so good also. Okay, those are two-step process. So firstly, watching your videos back and knowing, okay, I have a little bit of a vibe that's a little bit off. My cat is like rubbing her head against my foot, man. What an amazing vibe that she has, man. But it's like, you're watching it back and you're being able to see it and knowing like, okay, the vibe's a little bit off here or something's not a little bit right here, anything like that. That's amazing. And you're able to be like, okay, but that's one step. But also knowing what is the vibe that you're trying to get into. And a lot of, she just bit my freaking foot. She's going crazy down here. But what is the vibe that you're trying to get into? And what I realized is that you have to really be able to see the vibe that you're trying to get into to get yourself into that. And if you can imagine what you're trying to get into, that's beautiful. So for me, I was trying to get into the vibe of the playfulness, the joy, the love, the peace of God within these videos and bringing that, like just having fun with you guys. And I noticed that when I started doing visualization, what I would do is at the end of my nights do visualization, or during the morning, visualizing these videos and really being able to see what is the energy that I'm in. And sometimes it was a little bit too serious. To be honest with you, it was a little bit too serious. I was focusing on giving you guys value, giving you guys like the exact stuff that y'all needed. And I'm not saying that that was bad or anything, but like it took away from me just being able to just like vibe with you guys. Have fun and chill with you guys and do stuff like that, man. But the thing is, when I started visualizing it, all of a sudden I saw, okay, I'm a little bit too much in that serious state. And I wanted to just imagine myself, and I started thinking like, okay, how do I get more into that, just that joy of the Lord, just having fun. And I started imagining like me and my girl, man. Me and my girlfriend, we have that playful, we just laugh, we just having fun, we just like going back and forth, we just joking, we just doing that stuff. And I'm like, okay, what is that? Like I imagined it and I saw it, and I realized it was very different than how I recorded my videos some of the times, man. And it was like, okay, a lot of the times it was very different. So I was like, okay, how do I get into that? And I started imagining it. And imagining, I would literally visualize myself going from here. It's absolutely amazing. And you guys just have to think about how you can do this for yourself. But I would visualize myself here. So I'll be in my bathtub visualizing. I would visualize myself here recording the videos. And then I would visualize myself being in that state. This is powerful. I learned this from some books that I read talking about what is the energy you want to get into. Being in that state where me and my girlfriend are having an amazing time. But not just that. There's times where I'm not as good with my girlfriend. Like I'm just like kind of thinking I'm insecure or I'm self-conscious. That takes away from my vibe, even with my girl. But there's times where it's like I'm connected to God. I'm in the joy of the Lord. I'm in the peace of God. And just here's a powerful one. There's a verse that says, "For in this world you will have trials and tribulations, but be of good cheer, for I have overcome the world." That be of good cheer was so powerful for me. Because there's times where I'm just like, if I remind myself, be of good cheer, even when I'm with my girl, it's like you don't even have to try to be funny. You don't even have to try to crack jokes or anything. It's just when you're in that be of good cheer mode, everything starts overflowing. You understand? Everything starts overflowing from that because you're just so happy to be alive. And it's like I imagine myself like when I'm with my girl, that's what it is. When I'm in that good cheer mode, she can be upset, she can be angry, she can be throwing stuff back and forth, she can point out an insecurity on accident, she never does it on purpose, or little things she can like try to like, you know, throw me off, anything like that. but I'm just still in that state of having fun and being of good cheer. And then also it works with her because it brings her into that, and she just starts having fun. She just starts going, we just go back and forth. It's like we're little kids again. It's amazing. So what I visualized myself, I would go back and forth between that, the exact point that I wanted to get into, and making these videos. So I would imagine, oh, okay, like I can see where it's off. And then I would be getting myself to it and visualizing myself getting into it with these videos, and I'm like, oh, that makes so much sense. And what really worked for me is remembering that be of good cheer verse, and that really was a huge unlock for me. But that's what works for me. Whatever it is for you, whatever that vision of the energy that you want to get into when you're doing videos or when you're communicating with people, and you know, you can even go from like, okay, this is the best that I've been so far, but then also you can visualize it even more. You don't have to be limited. Of course, even when I'm with my girl, there's times where I have things that are you're worrying about, like, oh, what is she gonna think or something like that, and I'm still getting out of that as much as I can. But what is the perfect, not even perfect, but like the best place that you can get to overall, which is just, for me, getting into the joy of the Lord, that peace of God, where Owen Cook talks about this, who's an amazing communicator. He just talks about the self-amusement, and it's all flowing from you. You don't need the approval on the outside. And visualizing how that looks, just having fun in life, rejoicing, having a great time, and not needing the approval of other people, and allowing that to just overflow. What is that place for you? And then what is a simple thing that can start getting you into that? When I'm doing these videos, all I'm saying to myself in the back of my mind is be of good cheer, be of good cheer, be of good cheer. And that is so powerful. I visualized myself first doing that, and I realized when I said be of good cheer, it worked in visualization. Your mind cannot distinguish between something that is very vividly imagined and something that is real. So it's practice mentally without having like, okay, I gotta record these videos, I need to make it a good video, anything like that. It's outside and practicing that and then bringing that into these videos, man. It's powerful. It can change the way you communicate. It can change the way you go about your life too, because I just started realizing, oh, my smile. Sometimes I wouldn't smile, and that was taken away from these videos. That was taken away from me being able to like fully bring that be of good cheer energy. The more I worked on that, so all it is three things. Firstly, reviewing it. Firstly, audio, just like only listen to the audio, you'll hear the energy, and then you have to start to get into the better energy that you want to get into. Secondly, visually watching yourself and realizing, am I bringing that energy across if somebody was just looking at my face? That joy, that energy, whatever you want to get into, am I bringing that across visually? And if you need to work on that, you have to do facial expressions. Like, you have to work on your facial expressions. I would literally go into the mirror and start working on my smile, start working on just like getting more comfortable with it myself, getting more comfortable with like seeing it and realizing, oh, it doesn't look as stupid as I thought, and knowing that I can bring a certain energy through that thing and how powerful that is. And then thirdly, being able to just visualize yourself with things that can help you get into that energy, and just knowing, and you have to see it first before you can actually start doing it out there. Love you guys very much, man. Hope you guys are doing amazing. I'll show you guys my cat before we leave out of here. She's very beautiful, man. Hope you guys are having a beautiful day, man. It is a wonderful day that the Lord has created today. Once again, let me know in the comments below, man. I would love to talk with you guys. Let me know what TV shows y'all are watching. Let me know what are y'all up to this week, man. You going to freaking Monster Jam? You going to chill? You going to the lake? I don't know what you guys are up to, but I would love to know down in the comments below, man. Let's talk. Let's chill. Love you guys very much. I'll talk to y'all in the next video. Peace.